Oh, I think I'm making a video. I believe so. Probably a response to a couple of LudditeReturns kind of commentary on the subject of antinatalism. And it's in response to controversial philosophy whose YouTube channel has been closed. So another mystery, I guess. I'm assuming he was disguising his voice in his videos, and he was kind of implying that was for artistic reasons, but it seems like it's pretty much obvious that he's doing it for anonymity reasons. And perhaps somebody was going to out him or some kind of circumstance like that, and so he ran away, I guess. Something like that, no doubt. So very disappointing. I was actually going to comment to him that he obviously scripts his videos, and he should publish the script somewhere. I wouldn't mind reading what he wrote. It was pretty good stuff, most of it. Most of the time. Anyway, on to Luddite. So there's a couple of premises. First, he's convoluting the asymmetry, making it more complex than it is, which is you have this simple option of the unneeded need kind of thing. You don't need to create the need. You don't create the need. There's no need. Problem solved. Nothing. You don't need to go any further. No messes to be made. No danger, and no loss. But his argument is there is a loss, because he says there's something intrinsic in existing that is fundamentally superior to the non-existent state. That somehow all the people who don't exist right now, the billions and billions of varieties of sperm and egg we could throw together, are in fact somehow diminishing the universe by not being here, by not playing the game. There is a lack of conscious profit being gained. And you could likewise say for the Venetians and the Moonicans and the Martians and the Plutonians and all the other, every manifestation of animated matter, whether it be intelligent or not, foolish, idiotic, moronic, of common human intelligence. He would argue, I suppose, that the human of common intelligence is intrinsically running a profit, just at any kind of base function. He might concede that they can function below profitability, but that they are intrinsically, by basic function, likely are probably going to run this profit thing. That it's only a very rare case where somehow profit will be eluded. Yeah. And that is only realized, I suspect, by his understanding, is by the suffering being actually raising their hand, like the squirrel saying, "Oh yes, I really hate existing." They actually have to articulate the statement and pull the gun out and blow their brains out. And it is until they have this final gross statement that there's any validity to what might be their opinion that this sure is fucked up, or this ain't running too good. But those statements aren't enough, because they're obviously think the game is worth playing because they're playing it, because they're in it. And that's obviously, we've argued that point, that once you're alive, you have certain built-in incentives to maintain that condition. All matter likes to maintain its condition. All matter resists change. It must be provoked into change. It does not spontaneously change. But again, so it does come down to this idea that he has of profit. That there's something to, he really does believe that he's essentially gifting consciousness by bestowing this phenomenon on it, and that he might even be worthy of congratulations and an award of some kind, because he has done the good deed, the productive act of creating a new animated object to consume and reproduce into the world. And to do it at this wonderfully profitable game we are playing here on Earth, especially. That's certainly here on Earth. It's just so magnificently profitable for the players. So I'm being a bit sarcastic if you didn't figure that out, but yeah, this is sort of laughable if you just go through the laundry list of failure. But again, let's just take failure out in terms of all the dramatic failures. Even if we perfected your life experience in many ways, gave you good looks and good health, in a game where you were admired and loved and all of that crap, we still see that those people go just as insane as the people who aren't bestowed with those attributes. And in some ways they are even less durable because they become dependent on that position, and as it degrades with age, their realizations change their perspective. And I would argue that once Luddite gets a good little taste of the game he's playing, maybe if he watches one of his kids die, then maybe he'll have a little thought, a little reflection, and say maybe I was a bit aggressive in this profitability idea. Maybe this is a little bit too messy a circumstance for an incompetent to be messing with. I think I'll go for a run. The other point he raised was, just thought of it. Oh, damn. I did just think of it. Yeah. So anyway, but he describes this idea that to deny the profitability of life, he calls the, I can't even remember that, but it's one of his, in the height of something, invalidity or something. It's the height of it. If you don't see the instant profitability that these organisms are enduring by living and dying, then gee, that's just the height of not getting it. And, what is that but exaggerated rhetoric, which is all he has, is exaggerated rhetoric. The other point he was making was back to the my misery and me crisis of certainty, that somehow the truth is mysterious. We don't know what's really happening on planet Earth. We don't know what we are. We don't know what the Earth is. We don't know what the universe is doing. And if we don't have clear answers, if I don't have a clear answer to the mechanical process that instigated the universe, I can't somehow be sure that there isn't some, Mr. Magoo? Who's going to be what's your God going to look like? What's your lever puller going to look like? And where did he come from? Where did the great lever puller come from? This addiction to the God delusion keeps re-emerging. You just can't make it go away. People will deny, they'll concede that the silly primitives got it wrong, but they're still searching for the right. Somehow it all makes sense somehow that we're not just biological machines that have been designed over 4 billion years to be horrendous consumers, to be highly efficient at stripping the energy out of the other existers, and building laying your eggs in their brain, so to speak. That's what's going on planet Earth. That's what's happening here. Is huge parasitic, interrelationships, and you will because those relationships can be 1 billion years old. You'll call it harmony, and it's just, Anyway, I'll get back to that part, I guess. So, titillator, maybe on the way back or something. Yeah, I believe I'm back. Yeah. Feet go. Not work too good sometimes. Anyway, all right. The argument about the complexity of reality, the hidden truth theory, well, we can't know for sure. Therefore, yeah, we really can't draw any conclusions. We can't know with any certainty. Yeah, it's all crap. And so in his video, yeah, okay, whatever his name is, was making some point about My Misery Me guy, Jay Sounder, who basically had admitted, he's said lots of wacky things, since his conversion. And one of the wacky things he said was basically, it's too hard being a real human. I don't want the job. I don't want to have to think and be responsible and take on the burden of being productive and doing all that crap. I just want to be like everybody else, a lazy motherfucking cunt. And that was his excuse. So he just reverted to nihilism out of convenience. And this is a kind of a popular theme. There's quite a few people that are making this argument from, see no evil, I ain't gonna bother me any if I don't see it. Out of sight, out of mind, whatever. Out of heart, out of my dick, out of the way, out of, and that's all the argument really is that the truth is burdensome. And Jay basically said, I don't like the burden. And so here you've converted that into some sort of courageous stand where he has courageously faced uncertainty. Yeah, right. The uncertainty of pretending you don't know that it's wrong to steal candy from a baby. The uncertainty of, say, 250 years ago when people said, hey, they're black people. They don't know nothing. They're barely better than apes. So it's okay to have them as slaves as long as you pet them now and then and give them a good food and, a place some hay to straw to lie in. You hose them off now and then. You fulfilled your responsibility. And don't see any further. Just ignore the fact that they can read and write if you give them a book. Yeah, forget about that shit. It's all this denial. And you're calling that courageous. It's not courageous to hide behind this veil of, well, we'll just pretend we don't know, and then we're allowed to do anything the fuck we want because we can just claim we didn't know any better. Yeah, the historical record cannot come from the future and smash the shit out of us because it's not going to be able to anyway, because it can't time travel. So no one's going to punish me for it. Nobody's going to get to me. And you're calling this some sort of intellectual integrity. Oh yeah, the intellectual integrity of, I'm above the law. Yeah, I'm above the reality law. The tell the fucking truth cunt law. And I can break it all the fuck I want, and there's really no consequence except I live a better, more fulfilling life. And fuck the future, of course. And the victims I will create through my willful and quite deliberate ignorance. And I'm supposed to applaud that kind of crap. Well, I'm not going to applaud. I'm going to swear at it and say, that's bad. You suck. You fucking suck. It's the height of suckassery. Yeah, you've reached the height of suckassery. So yeah, there's nothing. What's the argument? Again, the truth is so frickin' obvious. It's so substantial. It's so not negotiable by reason. There's no way to reason your way out of this frickin' chemical evolution thing. That's what reality's made of. And it doesn't matter why it exists, because the answer to the why isn't going to be because a huge supercomputer thought it was a good idea. That's not going to be the answer. The answer is not going to be anything good. Okay, you're not going to find a God that's going to be pretty. You're going to find an ugly, monstrous, hideous God of just like chains of causality. Yeah, there's not going to be anything else. It's just going to be this loopy chain of cause and effect monster. That's what you're going to find as your God. It's just going to be this drooling, dumb lump of chain. And so there's no doubt about it. There's no wisdom or beauty or like beauty has any integrity anyway, right? What a crock of shit. Yeah, I mean, my vision of beauty and your vision of beauty are not the same thing. One can probably wager quite a bit on that. Because, I'm not a dog fucker. But anyway, besides that reason, so that's kind of a stupid word to even play with. But our ability, our capacity to say, ooh, wow, ooh. Yeah, okay, so what? Now what? So you want to get all brain tumbled over a simple perception of recognizing that, yeah, the universe exists. It's made up of energy. The energy forms elements. The elements form compounds. The compounds, under special circumstances, can become reproductive, and then under even more special circumstances of having a hell of a long time to play around, they can evolve into these animated, monstery things that bop around going, feed me, feed me, feed me. And then they die. And they lay eggs first. Yeah, so they spawn and then die. And you think it's intrinsically and fundamentally must be good, because whatever the thing that made it must be good, because it's written in your believe anything book. Anything that feels better. Anything that sounds better. If you like the idea of it, yeah, let's pretend that's the truth. So instead of looking at reality and drawing it with your brain, expressing what you draw, don't bother looking, just make some shit up and then preach it with the height of excessive animation. Because that's what you are, animated. Yeah. Present it like you were a breacher trying to sell the idea of the great and powerful Oz did it. Or whatever. I mean, all this bullshit. All this connivery to find justifications for your selfish, cardinal, for your crude, your selfish acclamation to your crudest motivator, or something like that. And then talk like you're an intellectual, like you have some kind of passion or concern or love or admiration for well-formed, rational statements. Yeah, like penis knows best. Yeah. Fuck. So anyway, sorry, so it's disappointing that the controversial philosophy has disappeared. Maybe he will come back in some other carnation. I will save you the crunches. And whatnot. Yeah, enough of a video, I think. I think so. So till the next time, and such. I did hit the button. I did. I'll hit it again. Cancer tree. Ew. It's very scary. Halloween, that's right. I forgot it's Halloween. Holy shit. I should do something Halloweeny. No, I won't do that. Anyway, till next time.